Welcome to our look at Switched On Schoolhouse Spanish 2. The Alpha Omega Publications Spanish language courses focus on a blend of Spanish vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure, conversational language instruction, and a study of the geography and culture of Spain and the Spanish-speaking countries of Latin America. The lessons follow twins Sophie and Charlie on their travels to Spanish-speaking countries in Central and South America and the Caribbean. Alpha Omega's foreign language lessons offer text-based instruction along with a wide variety of engaging multimedia presentations. Interactive audiovisual components are all designed to enhance the text-based instruction and build basic skills in reading, writing, hearing, and speaking the foreign language. The instructional methods employed in Alpha Omega
Bolivia,
foreign language courses
Paraguay,
model and encourage correct
Argentina,
pronunciation and
Chile,
language fluency, building good habits into students. Let's take a look at a lesson from Spanish 2, which provides students with an introduction to the Spanish-speaking world. In this lesson, students will learn the names and locations of the countries that make up the Spanish-speaking world. As we work through the lesson, we'll pay close attention to the instructional methods that are used to encourage mastery of lesson material. The objectives for this lesson are list all of the Spanish-speaking countries and their locations. Identify the Spanish-speaking countries with the largest and smallest populations. Translate key words that are related to Spanish-speaking countries. And identify facts regarding the global importance of the Spanish language. This vocabulary list presents the pronunciation and meaning of a word that will be used within the lesson.
Cognate. A word that comes from the same origin, looks alike, and has the same meaning as a word in another language.
Now let's click the countries on the map, which are part of the Spanish-speaking world. As each is selected, it will be added to the list of 21 nations or commonwealths that consider Spanish their official language. This map can also be printed for future study by students. In the next activity, students can take a closer look at the Spanish-speaking world. Just select a continent, then mouse over each country to view more detailed information about that country. Let's take a look at a few countries from each continent. As students work toward mastery, it's important for them to quiz themselves as they work through the lesson material. Several different types of review activities are used throughout AOP's foreign language courses. First, students are asked to complete a multiple choice activity. We'll see more of these further on in the lesson. Students also have the opportunity to review the countries they have studied with another interactive map activity. Let's take a look.
México, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panamá, Cuba, República Dominicana, Puerto Rico.
After being reintroduced to Sophie and Charlie, students are given a little bit of information about where the twins will be headed next. In most lessons, students will encounter a vocabulary link that opens a printable page of keyboard shortcuts for Spanish keyboard characters, as well as a list of Spanish expressions and translations from the lesson. And another multiple choice review activity is included. In some lessons, students are given the opportunity to review and reinforce what they've learned with fun games like Farmer Frank and All Right. Let's look at this example. At the end of the lesson, your student is presented with a series of questions that provide a review of lesson content. Questions are presented in a variety of formats.
Correct.
Answers are automatically saved as the student works through the questions, with 85 to 90% of student work being graded immediately by the program. A student is given the opportunity to reattempt questions that were answered incorrectly the first time through the lesson. The lesson is complete when the student has answered all questions correctly or he has exhausted his allowed attempts.